Hello everyone and welcome to another review. Today we're going to go ahead and review a fragrance from the house of Calvin Klein. The fragrance we're going to go ahead and go over today is called Reveal Men. Now, Reveal Men was released, I believe, in September of 2014, last year, so it's a relatively new-ish release. Now, I'm always skeptical of reviews or fragrances from the house of Calvin Klein because in the fragrance world, they kind of have a reputation as being ultra-safe scents, lacking in performance, and not really having any pizzazz to them. So it's almost like, you're just generally getting like a good-smelling cologne that's very generic, doesn't really have anything to it, and, just really doesn't last that long. That's pretty much what you get from, I guess you could say, most Calvin Klein fragrances that you get out there. One of the Calvin Klein fragrances that I really did like was Euphoria. I like the Euphoria, I like Euphoria Intense, and I've reviewed those. You can go ahead and check out those reviews, and to me, those were almost anomalies coming from the house of Calvin Klein. So I was very excited to go ahead and take a look into this one just because I heard some things about this one that were different from some of the other Calvin Klein fragrances that I'd heard about. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get right into the review. Comes in two main sizes, 50 milliliter and 100 milliliter. I've seen someone mention that 30 milliliter is available somewhere. I just haven't seen it. I'm sure if you do some searching, you can find it, without any issues. But the 50 milliliter is going to run you, 50 milliliter is going to run you about $62 retail, and the 100 milliliter is going to run you about $80 retail. So it's well within designer price range, around range-ish. Let's get right into the notes for this fragrance. The notes of this fragrance consist of, at our top, we have pear, brandy, ginger, mastic, and melon. For our mid, we have suede, clary sage, agave, and salt. And for our base, we have tonka bean, vetiver, and amber. So when I saw the notes of this fragrance, I was really intrigued, just because of the fact that I haven't really seen agave nectar really used in many fragrances, and I'm also intrigued by the brandy. And if you know, I love fragrances with alcohol notes, with hard spirit notes, with spirit notes, basically. So, your rum, your gin, I'm always intrigued by fragrances like that, and I generally tend to like those fragrances. So when I took a look and, took a smell at this fragrance, the first thing that comes out to me is like this agave smell. It's like a citrus, but the citrus is more leaning towards pear and agave, which is very interesting and comes off smelling really nice. In fact, the first fragrance that this kind of reminded me of was CH Men. That's not to say that they smell similar, but it reminded me of CH Men, the vibe that it's kind of giving off. So after you kind of get that citrusy notes, you get a little bit more you start getting more of brandy, basically. You get brandy notes that come into it. You can kind of smell that alcoholic type of a mix. And it comes off pretty interesting on my skin. And sometimes I would say there's some notes that act really a little funny with my skin, and I have noticed that brandy notes tend to act a little funny, but this one didn't really do that to my skin, and it does smell like brandy mixed in with some citrus. You start getting a little bit more of the sweetness coming in from the tonka bean. Tonka becomes really prevalent, and it dries down to like a woody, agave, citrusy note, which just smells absolutely fantastic on one's skin, and it comes off pretty well. So I have to say that I'm really shocked at the uniqueness. They managed to create a unique scent, a safe scent, and a scent that can kind of be worn in most versatile situations. It's highly versatile, and I can easily see it being worn for work, casual, date, and I can see it being worn year-round, whether it be day or night. It really is a fragrance that you can put on at any time. So Reveal can definitely double as someone's signature scent. Don't be shy away from the fact that it's a Calvin Klein fragrance. Again, Calvin Klein's gotten a bad rap, but I really do think that this is a worthwhile launch from their part. Now, spray-wise, I go between 3 and 4 sprays. I generally hit up the chest with this one, both wrists, and I may spray the head somewhere, like on top of, the head, and it keeps real well. This here keeps the fragrance really well, which is another reason why I like growing it out and keeping it like that. But again, I mentioned the occasion that you can actually wear it. The season, you can actually wear it any time of the year. I think it will. The only season that I think that it might have a little bit of trouble with is is winter, with the extreme cold. But I still think that it will actually do fine with it. I just think maybe meh. Who knows? Go ahead and give it a shot on that. Age group, any age group can wear this one, and the other shining thing is the performance on this one. The performance on this one, this is no slouch. I've always given Calvin Klein fragrances just I've given them a hard time. I've given them major shit in the past just because their fragrance has been going like this. The fastest disappearing fragrance that I've ever experienced have been Calvin Klein's. They've been gone in less than 30 minutes, basically. It's ridiculous how quickly they disappear. This one, on the other hand, not so much. This one lasts easily 10 plus hours. Usually 10 to 13 is what I'm getting on my skin before it's actually gone. And people smell you the entire time that you've got it on. Fantastic on that. So it's got great projection, great sillage, and the longevity is on par as well with it as too. Compliment-wise, this one, I got one unsolicited compliment for this one. And really the majority of the compliments were asking people what they actually thought of the fragrance. So that may be taking away from some people what you consider, oh, is this a good fragrance or not? But overall, it was actually extremely positive what people thought about the fragrance. They thought it smelled great. They thought that it was something that most people would like, is what they thought of it. So definitely a compliment getter on the list. So if I'm going to go ahead and give this fragrance a rating, I give it a rating a 10 out of 10. Now, there is a caveat. I want to say this right off the bat. I will probably not buy this one, just like I'll probably not buy, interrupted my train of thought, yeah. I will probably not buy this one just because of the fact that while it smells good, it doesn't really do anything for me. And by that, I mean, I've got other scenting smells that smell good, but at this point, I'm really only buying fragrances that blow my mind. I'm like, wow, I love the smell of this scent. I'm going to go ahead and buy it. Terre de Hermes, the Eau Fraiche version, is a perfect example, and as soon as, my wedding is over and all that, I will buy that. This one, on the other hand, I don't think I'll buy it, but I still think that it deserves a 10 out of 10. Why does it deserve a 10 out of 10? Because I was going to give it a 9 out of 10, but I realized the only thing holding me back is the fact, that I wouldn't buy the fragrance. It deserves a 10 out of 10 because it's a safe scent, it's a unique scent, they've done a unique thing, they haven't really copied any fragrances that I can tell. It smells good, you can get it at a reasonable price, it's versatile, you got great performance, and you're going to get compliments for it. There really isn't much else to a fragrance that I think that you absolutely need. It hits all of those points, and for that, it's going to get a 10 out of 10. Alright, so let me know what your thoughts are on Reveal Men. If you have it in your arsenal, well, put down the comments down there so other people who are seeing this video can get more than just my comment, can review yours, whether it's bad, whether it's good, whatever the case may be. Alright? Thank you guys, take care of yourselves, and you guys have a great day.